Greetings and welcome to our very first episode of In the Living Room. With me,
Andrea Glasgow.
and
I'm Ceirid Sampson.
wonderful. Our first episode is titled From Our Hearts to Mothers with Love. One of our first considerations would be, what does it mean to be a mother? Yes?
Yes. That's a broad question. Mothers are very important to us and dear to us. And I believe in my heart, mothers, we say fathers because we do have some single fathers, right? But mothers come first. Yeah, mothers come first because they are the ones that nourish us and bring us up, you know, in this world today. And we would have learned so much things from our mothers, whether it be our biological mothers or some other person who raised us that we look to as mothers.
Mother figure.
Yeah. And today is just so important that we bring mothers to the forefront, that we bring them forward. We just want mothers to be special continuously. Yeah, anybody would agree with me on that?
Oh, definitely.
Karen, what's your take?
Yeah, certainly. And, you know, as much as you speak of mothers, you know, we think of mothers as persons who would have little children. We are all children of mothers, yeah, regardless of our age. Yeah, it's so important for us to appreciate them, to show appreciation, to let them know that they're loved continuously and they continue to contribute to our lives, regardless of the times that we don't tell them. So, you know, as we talk about mothers today, I want to pose a question, and either of you could chime in. What word would best describe your mother? Ava, can I ask you?
Caring comes to mind immediately.
And Andrea?
I would say love. Love comes to mind when I think of my mother, or when I think of mother on the whole.
And that's awesome because, you know, as I started to kind of think about how would I describe my mother? And there's so many words, conscientious, loving, kind, considerate.
Patient.
Oh my God. Talk about unconditional love.
Yes.
That's my mom. You know, the way in which she just, you know, I tell people this story all the time, and I know that we are on air. If I tell my mom, you know, I'm having a problem with someone of the opposite sex, you know, and I said, you know, that person is not being kind, and I'm choosing my words carefully, and she would agree with me. And the next time that I tell her that person, I love them to death, she will agree with me as well. So, you know, when we speak about unconditional love, that's my mom.
The word that comes to mind when I think of the person who fit the mother role in my life is teacher, because I have learned so much from her. She's no longer with us, but almost everything that I can do today really well, I learned from her, especially when it comes to the home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Has anyone mother ever spanked them and tell you, I am beating you, I'm giving you a licking because I love you?
I was passed on that.
And you will think, oh my gosh, I'm getting licks, but why would you be telling me this is not love? And then when you get older, you realize that you are correcting your children or you're spanking them or whatever, for whatever reason, and it's out of love. It's out of love because you want the best.
Yeah, I think the kids don't understand. But what is important when we do that, you know, learning comes from seeing someone else do it. And as we continue to do it with them, they too pass on that to their children. You know, there's I'm just going to go a little off course here. There's the story about, you know, why we do certain things in life. And again, we learn from our mothers. And I know we would have shared at some point in time the turkey that we put in the pot without cutting off the wings. But why? Again, learned behavior. Your mother learned it. My mother learned it. She taught it. And it's the same lessons that we are teaching. So at some point in time, you know, we beg to be different. Yeah? Yeah?
Part, I'm going to refer to what you addressed. The beating part I know it has not been the most appreciated part of discipline or teaching, and it all ties in, you know, but to think of our mothers, we would understand that the immediate thing that comes to mind would have been the method of mothering that would have stayed with us the most, yes?
Yeah, yeah. And it's what they would have learned, huh?
Exactly.
So it really
It's
passes
continued.
down. Yeah, it really, as what Carrie was saying, with the turkey, with how their mother treated them, it just comes down and it's the same. It's only, in different generation, you may want to do something differently because you see how society is now, or you see it in the movies or whatever, or you read a book and you get a different feel. So you know what? Instead of spanking, I'll sit down and talk, and you try to make that,
Well,
that change.
We've come to understand what works and what does not work.
Well, true.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Andrea, sometimes we sit down and talk. It is so important as mothers and as we continue to parent that we allow the younger ones to have a voice. So often we think that I could go into the sayings that we would say when we were younger, but so often we think that children must listen to what we say, but they have a voice. They too have an opinion. So gone are those days as we get into the younger generation, and we know we have to step back as parents because things are done a little differently. Yeah? Give the children a voice. They have an opinion as well. Yeah?
So true. That is so
Yeah.
true.
I remember being told, do as I say, not as I do. And I just thought that was the weirdest form of...
That's one of the sayings.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. But how are we supposed to understand what is right and what is... Let me leave it at right. If you are doing something that you're telling me, don't do. We've come a long way since then, thank God.
Yeah.
But there's still remnants of it along the way. Yes?
So true.
But that's something that I would like parents, mothers, to consider, because children learn what they live and then they live what they learn. Yeah?
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, so if we are to visit one of those many sayings, Ava, you spoke of one. Andrea, which one would resonate more with you?
There's this one, long rope for maga goat.
Oh gosh.
And what in the world is mommy saying? What does that even mean? Or what about when you come in the house, turn your back around,
After a particular time of the night, walk into the house backwards, yes?
Once it's dark. And you're coming
How? And it's weird. You know what's weird is that saying is weird, and I still do that up to this.
in. Because it's learned behavior.
It makes absolutely no sense, but I still do. I still catch myself walking and turning my back.
One of the things we did not do is ask why. Why am I doing this? One of the things I would like to say is that most of the corrections, the teachings from back in the day, if I may, is they were violent. I mean, imagine being told as a child, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out. That just used to upset me. And just imagine people are still doing that.
I think they do it to instill fear in children. I mean,
Correct.
it's not like I
Who's
really
in
want
charge
to take
here?
you out.
That's
Who's
not
in
healthy.
charge here? Yeah?
It's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. And children are going to go up. They're going to grow up and go do the same thing to their children. Oh, is that what it? That's why we gave birth. Okay, bring you in, take you out. Okay. Okay.
If I can pose another question, what would be one childhood memory with your mom that still warms your heart? As we speak of mothers today and their contribution to us being here, what would that memory be?
Oh, this one comes easily. I'm from the common entrance era. And I remember when the results came out, nobody saw my name in the newspapers. But my dear lady had so much confidence in me. A few minutes after, we heard a loud squeal in the house. She passed! She passed! I was referring to me. And, she had that much confidence in me, and that just made me feel so much better about myself, that one person believed in me.
Oh, that's
Like that,
beautiful. That's
yes.
beautiful. Karen, I want to ask you that same question.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking.
It's like so many things
there's
right
so
through your
many
head.
things.
Yeah.
But what continues at my tender age and my mom's tender age, I will tell you hers and not mine. Mommy is soon to be 97. I kid you not. 5:30 every morning, there's a phone call. 5:30 every evening, there's a phone call. And I think for her to even remember the time of the day at soon to be 97, it's awesome. So that's a memory that continues to stay with me. God forbid she passes. I have no idea what I would do at 5:30 in the afternoon, but I remember that.
And
Yeah.
you? What's your
Beautiful.
memory? Yes, it's all. I'm trying not to cry here.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
awesome, yeah.
My mom has this way of always telling me, you know I love you, right? You know I love you, right? Up to this day, ever since I remember that, she's always hitting me this, you know I love you, right? And it's like, yeah, mommy, I understand. Back then. Yeah, and now whenever she tells me, because she still does, it resonates differently. I don't hit her yeah, mommy, I know. I'm like, I just go into it more. I know you love me, mommy, because I know you would have done this and you would have sacrificed that. So it's not just, yeah, I know, mommy, yeah, I know. You know, we go into it more. And that just kind of sits with me because she's always reminding me that she loves me. She don't say, you know, the regular I love you, because I normally tell my daughter, I love you, I love you. But my mom don't hit you the regular I love you. She's like, you know I love you, right? And you remember that, right? And it's just like, oh.
That would
It's
have to
just
do
cute.
with the time that she grew up in. Because it was not the thing. I remember telling my father, I love you. I know we're talking about mothers, but this is just a point I'm trying to bring across. I love you, Daddy. And he says, me too. Okay then. But I kept on saying it, you know. I kept on saying it.
It's no different, for the age groups of our children. I remember clearly my daughter, every time I say I love you, she says, ew, and I know that I know that she heard me and I know that she appreciates it, but just to be different. Oh, I can't let you think that I'm the sucky person. You, mommy. Yeah, but it's awesome, the value that we bring to others' lives as mothers, and what we receive from our own parents. Yeah?
Isn't it amazing that the expression of love is sometimes viewed as mushy or you too stuffy? Don't you find that amazing?
Yes, sometimes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would always encourage mothers to say I love you. And I like the fact that now, these days, people are talking to the unborn child. I love you before the child even.
I want to chime in on that. I think that a mother should say, I love you and show it.
Yes.
I love you and show it.
Is what I like to see.
Show it, not just I love you and then you go on cooking, or I love you. It just comes across as nothing really, and the child will grow up with I love you, so anybody could say I love you and it really don't mean anything,
So what does I love you mean to you then, as a mother? Or how do you show that?
You have to, because okay, for instance, I have coworkers I say I love you too. I have friends I say I love you too, but it's not that kind of love where I go in and, show up like, So with my daughters, for an example, when I say I love you, I show it. So she will call me and she will ask me for something. She will ask for advice and I'm always there. Or I will just do something out of the blue for her. She's like, Mommy, oh my gosh. So you must show it, not just say I love you, because I didn't grow up with my dad saying I love you. I don't even know if he knew the word. Yeah. I never heard I love you from my dad. And guess what? I started telling him every time I talk with him on the phone, hey dad, love you, and you hear him, oh, I love you too. So he got accustomed to it now, so he says it now. But I don't even think my dad even knew.
Yeah, I totally agree with
you. Yeah.
As you say,
Love is a verb. That's one of
it's
that's one of my things.
Show it.
Love is a
Yeah,
verb.
because love, you could tell anybody you love them.
But your actions are not showing that. So that is why
Exactly.
I keep
So
on,
you're going to think
a
love
verb.
is anything.
Love is a verb.
Love could
is
be
a verb.
anything. When
Yeah.
you say I love you, it could be anything. And then you'll find girls growing up and accepting anything from guys because he say I love you. But he's treating you another way.
Yeah, you're going real deep there. But, but yes, I
Yes, so
understand.
we need mothers to show it as well.
Yes.
Show it as well.
Yes.
If you're not accustomed to, just do something
Well,
simple.
when you
something
start,
out of the
once
blue.
you've started, like everything else, if you keep on doing it,
It starts to flow.
it comes
comes natural.
naturally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Behavior.
Yes.
So if I love you and I, God forbid, I hit you 2 slap, it means that it's okay.
Yeah,
That's my
back,
kind
oh,
of
I
love.
love you.
It is.
my God,
it's
that's
just
something there.
correct. Yeah. Yeah. Let's stick with the mothers that we enjoy. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you ladies. Sure. If your mother were listening now, what would you want to say to her from your heart? Who will take that
Oh,
first?
I want to go with that.
Yes?
Mom, I love you with all my heart, and I want to thank you for the sacrifices you would have made in this life for me, because I realize what it is to be a mother, the work you would have put in, the
Being a mother
energy.
yourself.
Yes, the energy. I understand the true meaning of money, because I used to think money meant nothing. I understand, and I love you for being patient with me throughout my whole life.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would respond to the same question. Loving you has been easy because of you. Thank you for the person who I am today. I could not have done it without your guidance, without your patience, without your love and understanding. It is because of you that my daughter is very much like us. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, ladies.
I don't want to look.
Can you recall a moment when your mother's love showed up in an unexpected way? Just out of the blue.
Ava, you ask it, answer it.
The answer I gave earlier, when my I need to explain to the audience. My mother died when I was 8. So the lady who mothered me from the age of 10, my father's second wife, she's the one who would have had that confidence in me and read the newspaper, insisting that I had succeeded in the exams. She just believed in me, and I just that's one memory that stays with me. It gets me emotional sometimes. So please forgive me.
Let me ask this question here. Carol, you going to say something?
No,
Yeah?
go right ahead.
How has your relationship with your mother shaped the way you treat or support others today?
Interesting. Like I say, it's because of her I am who I am. I know love because of my mother. I know peace because of my mother. I know what not to do because of my mother. And I think even at the age of 97, so much of who my mother is because I am. So my being continues to make her present. And for that, I am really, really happy.
Okay, I want to bring something a little different in here. We're talking about biological mothers for the most part, are we? And my godmother, her image just flashed across my mind. And God willing, next month she will turn 95. Beautiful woman of faith, strong. And by God's grace, she was able. And this is how she's influenced me up at this age. She was able to conquer cancer 3 times. And when I have physical challenges going on, I remember her. She never gave up. She's always encouraging me. She's like my mother, godmother. I mean, God knows why we have godmothers, and they should not be overlooked, especially if they've played a very important part in your life. So that is a woman of faith that I am greatly affected by and thankful for. You got a godmother?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I just want to go back on the same question that I asked. My mom used to always tell me, kill them with kindness. And it used to sound stupid when I was young, but
A bit weird, huh?
yeah, like kill with kindness. I was like, too,
Overcome
you know.
them with kindness. That's what it
So, you know, getting older, and I realized that my mom is very soft-hearted. She's very soft-hearted till you could walk over her. But she is such a sweetheart. Oh, she is lovely. And she will not try to treat somebody. So you would hurt her and she will not bother. She will forget you and move on. But you come by her for sugar, for milk, you need something, she will give you as though nothing ever happened. She was always so sweet. And I tried to mimic that. Now I grew up a little softy too, where people kind of took advantage of me. And I was like, you know what, I need to take this standpoint. I'm not going to let nobody take advantage of me. But still, I have this softness within me. But I live by the golden rule because I believe that's what my mom did. I live by the golden rule. How I want to be treated, that's how I treat others. So that is something that came from my mom, and I just adapt that as well. And to this day, she's going to be 75 next month. And my mom is such a sweetheart. And her laugh, her laugh would make you ever hear somebody laugh and just make you laugh? You don't know what the joke is, right? You just hear this person laugh. It's like, you just start to laugh. She's like that. She is so sweet. Yeah.
You know what came to my mind as you were describing your mother about being so sweet and all of that is the fact that as sweet as mothers can be, don't touch my child.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kid you not. I say it every day. No, I should not say that. But
I love to hear what it is you say every day.
yeah, but you know, yeah, don't touch my child. Don't touch my child. You don't know the sacrifices that I make and continue to make to have her existing. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave. Don't touch my child.
And I just want to hit on the single mothers. I just want to hit on the single mothers a bit because they have to do the role, they have to play the role of mother and father. I'm speaking from experience because I was a single mom, still a single mom. But I know the sacrifice that I would have made for my daughter to start school, to continue school, to get into college and just be a woman of faith. And she strongly believes in herself. And, you know, she reminds me, like, when I tell her something and I'd be like, I'm so proud of you. She'd be like, Mommy, but you're my mother. Where you think I got it from? And that just makes me feel so good, you know. I will compliment her. I'll be like, oh, that was so good. You did that by yourself. She's like, Mommy, who's my mother? And that just makes me feel good. So sometimes your children remind you that, you know, my daughter tells me, Mom, you're awesome. You deserve to take a trip. Yeah, you deserve. If I tell her, you know, I wanted to get a bit so expensive. She's like, Mommy, what's wrong with you? You sacrifice so much for me. Hello, take a trip. Buy whatever you want. No, that is not too expensive. Buy it.
Oh,
Mommy.
she's doing that with your money or hers?
My money, though. But if I want it, she'll go get it. She'll go get it. You know what? I'll get it for you. But yeah, don't hold back, Mommy. You deserve it.
I would like to speak to the single mothers.
Single mothers. We have a lot.
I celebrated a birthday last Friday, as you all know.
Yes.
And I was thanking some of my tribe, and I realized that I was not a single mother because I had all these ladies standing with me. So we can't forget those supportive mothers.
Yes. We do have a lot of single parents.
It takes a village to raise a child, still. Mm-hmm. You want to... Yes.
Yeah.
You want to speak to that?
It's interesting. And before I even answer that, I thought of relationships where both mother and father are present, and yet there is only the mother. So we only go to mommy. Yes. We only go to mommy. and only realize mommy's absence when she's no longer
Yes,
there.
yes.
So daddy is now caught in a frenzy. What do
That
I
is
do?
changing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's changing.
What do I do?
Yes.
What do I do? What do I do? But to go back to your question, Ava, it takes a village. I think in this day and age, we kind of question who are the villagers. And
Why do
you
you
know,
question?
when I was growing
these
up,
times, I
yeah,
think
when
that's
I
not
was
what she
growing
said,
up,
these
I
times.
knew who my next door neighbor was.
Right.
He had the permission to say, you know, Miss Sampson's daughter or Miss Sampson's son. Today, I don't think the neighbors have that permission.
Things have changed.
Yes.
It has changed
And
drastically.
that alone adds to the, and I'm just going to go a little off course here. That alone adds to the discipline that we now see in schools, the discipline that we now see in children.
Or lack thereof.
Yes, or lack thereof. I mean, we dare not walk the streets at a particular time without saying good morning, good evening.
That's one of my
yeah.
peeves. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different
You know,
now.
and I give us an example. Years ago, my mom is walking to my home, and this young man is passing by her, and she says, "Good afternoon." And the next thing you know, she was thrown on the ground and robbed. So I'm just saying, as much as we say it takes a village, we also need to know who's your neighbor.
Ladies, thank you. Thank you. It is hoped that today's segment would have shed some light on challenges that you may be facing as a mother. And I like to say, once a mother, always a mother. Always a mother, because the grandchildren come along and you're given another chance. You're given another chance. That's how I see it. You're given another chance at motherhood. Yeah? So let's embrace it even more and continue to learn as we grow. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
We'll see you on the next episode of In the Living Room.
Lifetime Promotions Limited. Promoting brands, building lifelong impact.